I've just started my cold email campaign, and along my way, I've made a bunch of mistakes. And in this video, I'm going to tell you all the mistakes that I've made and how not to make them. So, what is cold email anyway? Cold email is basically this. Your cold email campaign needs inboxes, and inboxes needs domains, and domain both need a Google account, which you need to get into people's mailbox. What does that even mean? So inboxes are basically your email account. So if you have an inbox like your name at gmail.com, that's your inbox. So what are domains? Domains are basically website URLs. So you might have looked at website URLs like google.com, facebook.com, youtube.com. So if you want an email address that is something like your name at youtube.com, which would look a lot more professional on the inbox of whoever is receiving your email. So that's why we get domains and we get inboxes to send cold emails. So cold email needs inboxes, inboxes needs domains, and both of them need a Google account to get into people's email. But you can't just buy an inbox and go into people's email. So you'd have to warm up your emails. You'd fall into a spam folder, which nobody ever opens. So in order to not fall into the spam folder, you need to warm up your emails, and you need to, it's basically pretending to be a regular human. Even though you're not actually sending each email manually, you're just pretending to be a human, even though this is a cold email campaign. And you can use some warm-up services. I use Instantly, and there are a few other services that you could use, which basically look like real humans sending emails back and forth. But again, you can't send too many emails from one inbox. You'd need multiple inboxes in order to actually send an email. For that, we need 3 domains. So each domain can have 2 to 3 inboxes. I'm having just 2 to have my emails actually land in real people's mailbox and not the spam folder. So buying 3 domains was really easy for me. Setting it up was with Google would be a real pain. Like buying the domains is easy, but setting it up is not so easy. For me at least. Why is setting it up a pain? Because Google actually needs you to have a real verifiable SIM card, and it cannot be a virtual number. It needs to be a SIM that exists, a real SIM card that exists. So I just used my phone number, and 2 of them got through, but the third one was stuck on verifying, and it never got verified. Why? My phone number has been used too many times for verification, and I couldn't choose my phone number again. So what did I do? I just used my mom's number, and it was all sunshine and rainbows. Life is good. All my domains are set up and nothing to worry about. But then I needed a shitload of leads, and I had a Claude agent scrape all these leads for me. So I got a lot of leads, but there's no way I can send this with just 3 domains and 6 inboxes. I'm using 2 inboxes per domain, so that's 6 inboxes, and 10 emails per day is 60 emails per day. We can do a lot more, but starting out, this is the volume, and we'll scale up from here. So I've had too many leads, and the pipeline isn't big enough to reach out to all of those leads in a reliable way. And I would have been sitting for way too long to finish through all of these leads. So, and also there is another thing. After 90 days, you can basically send the same email campaign or a different email campaign, like a different email copy to the same people over and over again, basically forever. So I would be sitting forever to send a proper email to all of these leads. So I've got around 10,000 leads, but I can't send 10,000 directly. I'd have to verify these leads to see which of these leads are actually sendable. And after verifying, and also after finding the ideal niche of these emails, I found out that I've had about 3,500 qualified leads. And if we do some quick math, 2 inboxes per domain, 10 emails an inbox can send per day. We will scale this up. This is just starting. Like we'd scale this up to 20, 30 emails per inbox. And each of these leads can be reached out to 4 times with the follow-ups. And every 90 days, I can email them again, even though campaign is over. You can start a new campaign and send them over and over and over again, basically forever. So if we do the math here, that's about 8 domains to reach every lead forever of these guys. Like we'd obviously scale up later, but that was the math. So what did I do? I bought 6 more domains. So it's 9 domains. But here's the caveat. Turns out all of these domains require a phone number. Yeah, that's right. They needed a phone number. Remember this? Yeah. Every single one of those needed a real verifiable SIM card. And we would get this error on every phone number that I have. My number, my mom's number, we would get this exact error. And both of my numbers were already used, so I can't really use them over and over again. And, well, I got one of the 6 new domains that I got with my mom's number, but that's it. And bad news on top of that, on top of these 6 domains that I've bought, one of them came pre-banned. So like some guy owned this domain before me, and that guy had some kind of terms of service violation with Google, and I can't access it. So on top of me not being able to use my phone numbers for all these 6 domains, I also cannot use one of these because it came pre-banned. So I'm back to 8 inboxes. So what's our status so far? I got 3 inboxes. These have been warming up for a while. One inbox added a little later because I scraped all the leads and realized that I needed more inboxes to effectively reach out to them. So I've added these 6 later. One of them was approved, but it had a late start, so it needs a little more warming up. And 4 of them need a phone number that I don't have, and one of them had a terms of service violation and it just got banned. So there was basically nowhere left to go. So I went to support, Google support, opened a ticket for all of these domains. And thank God AI exists, because I would never found this support page on my own if AI didn't exist, bro. So I asked the support agent, can I get all my domains back? And they were like 1 domain at a time. So I had to open 5 different support tickets to just get all of them out, and I had to do it one at a time, because remember, 5 of the domains weren't working. So I had to open 5 different support tickets, and one of them was already banned before I bought it. Terms of service by previous owner, and the other 4 was like copy paste across all 3, just copy. So 5 tickets, 4 of them were the exact same. So after a little back and forth with the support, they all just vanished. Like all of them just vanished, and the terms of service guy was like, hell nah, I'm not going to recover this, because it was apparently a wonky case. And 2 days later, they all came back except the banned domain. The 4 guys came back and they were like, yeah, we've did some things, and why don't you check back, blah blah blah. So I tried again, and they were all verifying, all 4, one more time, one at a time. And what do you know? Rejected. Again, request denied. But there was this little link that I could click through. This time, they didn't even ask for my number. They didn't even ask for verification. They were like, click this link. So what did I do? I clicked the link. And when I clicked that little link, 2 of my 4 email inboxes came back without requiring a phone number. But 2 of them were still locked, and there's no way I could get them. And you know, if you ask your friends, can I use your mobile number for OTP? They always ask why. And if I say that you can never use your email again or you can never create a new email again, most of them said no. But I had to pull some wonky strings to get one more number in my hands. Don't ask how, I just got it. So now, status update. We got 3 working domains from the beginning and 1 new domain that worked without any problems. 1 domain that was completely cooked, and after some back and forth, 2 domains logged in without a phone number and 2 domains got another number to use it. And let me remind you, this was a 12-day fight with Google. Like, there was so much back and forth, you don't even know. And now these are basically completely warmed up, and basically 14 days of this have already passed for the 3 domains. So my first batch of emails have already been sent, and these final domains have barely begun warming up. But I see people on the internet who basically seem to send thousands of emails per day, tens of thousands of emails per day. So naturally you ask, how do they do it? Like, how do they send hundreds of, like, I barely have 8 working domains. I bought 9 and 8 of them are working, but there are people with hundreds of them. So how are they doing? What are all the mistakes that I've made? And how can I avoid all of these shenanigans? You know, all the back and forth with Google, the fucking violations and all that stuff. Well, you can just rent the inboxes. So you can just rent it from somebody else. They will charge a little higher than Google's monthly fee, but it's probably worth it in terms of all the headaches and stuff. Unless you have unlimited phone numbers and unlimited patience with Google support. So then the question rises, who should you buy the domain from? Who should you buy the inboxes from? So are you sensing an ad coming in? Nah, I don't have any sponsors, bro. Just ask AI for inbox renting services and you'll find plenty of people who are going to do this for you. And I've got 8 subscribers, bro. No one's going to sponsor me just yet. So just like and subscribe so we can get to 10 subscribers. So maybe we can get a sponsorship. Or you could be my 9th subscriber or 10th subscriber. I just want to get to double digits, bro. Just get me to double digits. Anyway, we got 3 domains working from the beginning, 1 new domain that worked without any problems, and 2 domains logged in without a phone number, and 2 domains with a phone number. So that's how I set up my inboxes. 8 usable domains and 1 coke domain. And right now the campaigns have already started. They barely started. They haven't been running for too long, but yeah, they have started. So yeah. Like and subscribe to follow along the journey, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.